Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another day in the life video. We're here for our second week of our integrated clinical experience here in outpatient orthopedics. We are going to start off this week probably running into a couple of the same patients that we've run into, but probably seeing some new ones as well. I don't know for sure since we really haven't had an update since Friday when we had our last day. But this is our final week of this experience, so I think we're just going to try and get the most out of it. I'm a little sore today just because I got my COVID and flu vaccine yesterday, so I'm still feeling some of the effects of that. So I'm hoping that that will kind of wear off by lunchtime so that I'm not feeling kind of crappy for the entire day. But I'm excited to see what this week has in store for us, and I'm just going to head on in there and get the day started. Well, that's day one of this week all done. Overall, it was really good. I had some great interactions with some patients today. We had some more opportunities to do some new evaluations and just get to work with some really fun people. I even had an opportunity to really work on my motivational interviewing and try and reframe some of my patients' perspective on exactly what we were doing and the goal of it, because we were in the middle of doing a balance exercise, and I could tell by what they were saying and by what they were doing that they were getting really frustrated with the fact that they knew that they were using their hands to really try and help them balance as we were doing some of these exercises. And I think that they just really had the perspective of, if I'm using my hands, I'm not being able to balance, which means that I'm failing. And I was able to kind of help them reframe that and being like, I'm doing these exercises with you because I want to be able to challenge your balance. And you using your hands a little bit to help you is showing that I'm providing you enough challenge that it's not an easy exercise. It's actually helping work on that balance with you. And by you using your hands, you aren't failing. It's just showing that the exercise is working. So it was really good overall just to have that opportunity and kind of think of how I would phrase that to a patient to help them really understand the goal and the purpose of the exercise. But now I am done. It's 7:41 right now, so I'm just going to head inside, have some dinner, spend some of the extra time that I have tonight working on some of the assignments that we have for our classes that we have going on right now, like our interprofessional education. We still have some of those that we have to do some asynchronous work while we're in clinic, so I'm going to head off and do that now. Woo, that's another day of clinic out of the way and another 4 hours at the gym completed. I got a little bit of my homework that I needed to get done tonight out of the way, so I've started a little bit on my peer feedback forms for my teammates for my ICE experience and everything. So I'm at a good starting point, but I'm pretty much going to go home and get some rest because we're back at it tomorrow morning. Well, I just got back home and our Wednesday is all wrapped up. It ended up being a really good day overall. I had the opportunity to work with one of our shoulder patients who they came in and talked about how they didn't exactly feel the best after some of the exercises we were doing with external and internal rotation using some of the TheraBands or resistance bands. And we were able to kind of think through how we wanted to adjust it so that their main complaint was that it just wasn't a constant pull, so it felt like they were just really unstable following their interaction with us the last time. So we decided to introduce instead a free weight version of those external internal rotation movements, just to get a stretch into external rotation as well as doing active muscle work into internal rotation. So it was just a really fun opportunity to play around with the exercises and make sure that we were listening to the patient so that we can have them leaving their session feeling really good. But that's pretty much all that I have for today. We did a little bit of extra stuff at the end of the day with running gait analysis, as you saw of my running. But now that I'm home, I'm going to work on a little bit of a homework assignment that we have for being asynchronous this week for our interprofessional education class, just because now the groups who are actually in person and synchronous have done their stuff, so we just do a few comments on that. So I'm going to head inside and do that right now. Wow, it's already our last day of ICE 2. We've had a really great time overall, especially yesterday. We started to run into knowing that we weren't going to interact with some of our patients again, at least working at this facility, and it was super nice because all the interactions have been great. Everyone has been super thankful for all of our help, and they've been giving us the best wishes on the rest of our education. We even had one of our patients give all of us a hug and really showed how much that they appreciated the work that we were doing. So I'm excited for more of that today. We do have a gift for our clinical instructor, as well as we're bringing some donuts this morning for the entire team. So it should be a fun start to the morning, but it is 6:38 right now. I'm just waiting for the rest of my team to show up. I think we're probably going to take a team picture together along with our clinical instructor and just knock out the last day of clinical experience too. So let's get to it. I am all done with my integrated clinical experience number 2. That is clinical experience number 3 out of 5 for my program. My next one is going to be in January, where I will also be in outpatient orthopedics. So if you're wanting to see more of this, make sure you check out those videos when they come around in January. But today we ended off with one of the patients that we've seen a couple of times throughout the 2 weeks that we were there, just working on some really functional things and ending off our experience on a high note. But at the end, we also got to ring the gong, which is what all of the patients at the clinic get to do when they complete their last physical therapy session, just to kind of send us off and congratulate us on finishing that experience. So it ended up being really, really great overall. But we're back to campus where I'm at right now on Monday to restart our classes, a couple of new ones, and finishing some of the ones that we had started before our integrated clinical experience. So if you want to see that, make sure to check out the video next week. If you enjoyed this one, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been KB DPT, and I'll see you all in the next video.